GSL.
Did someone say esports?
Yes.
Oh my God, I thought your mic was working for a second. Because I couldn't hear that incredible laugh from how funny that intro was.
That was hilarious, Tasteless.
We're going on.
One of the best.
Thank you. We're going on to our final best of 5 with Flash and Super.
Should be a good one. I think this one's going to be actually pretty close.
I hope so.
Me too.
We need some closeness.
We
after the
need
last
actually
best of
a
fives.
game to go to game 4, Tasteless, more than anything else.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. I am hoping that Flash moves on. He's good to just having Code S. I would love to see Flash actually win a Code S.
Win a Code S?
I would love to see that.
Really?
I don't know if it's ever going to happen.
Tasteless. Maybe.
What? You don't want to see Flash
No,
win? Everybody wants to see him win.
No, it'd be great to see him win.
Just the odds of him actually winning with how he's been playing compared to some of these other guys is pretty...
Like 1 to 1,000?
Yeah, I'd say so.
This season at least. You know, he's got to turn things around, that's for sure. And here is his opponent, Super Teamless.
Yeah.
Or sponsored by GSL.
Maybe he's sponsored by GSL, yeah. Oh my God, those commercial breaks are so short, man.
Yeah, they are.
I ate that sandwich so fast. I ate my dinner so fast.
You gotta pace yourself.
I put too many jalapenos in my Subway sandwich too.
Oh, I heard
the person at Subway sandwich is like, "Are you sure you want jalapenos and not spicy?" And I'm like, "No, I'm cool." I'm like, "Put extra jalapenos on." Like, I'll show you I'm tough, and now I'm burning up right now.
Well, this guy got seeded in seed, so didn't have to go through those grueling qualifiers.
Super, formerly known as Vampire.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I preferred
Vampire actually
much more.
Flash.
There he is.
There he is.
Flash.
The greatest Brood War player of all time. So unbelievably good in Brood War. StarCraft II, not bad.
Not bad. Not bad at all, but still has a long way to go to reach the top. And you know what? He's already beaten a couple of Protosses in this Code A qualifier leading up to this, so he's doing pretty well for himself in the matchup. Should be looking at another good match here today for him.
Let's see how he does today. Flash still not quite on top of the individual leagues. A lot of people are saying the moment that Flash switched over to StarCraft II, all these other StarCraft II guys were dead meat.
Yeah, I remember that. Didn't happen like that.
Did not happen. Sorry, Flash fans, but maybe he'll do better here today. Our map lineup is King Sejong Station, Overgrowth, Merry-Go-Round, Bonnie Research Station, and Deadwing.
Pretty good maps for Flash, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Good for that bio mine drop style for Merry-Go-Round and King Sejong at least, and Overgrowth, pretty neutral map in general. Then we go into the Bonnie and Deadwing. Deadwing, no doubt going to be a super map. He loves that map. He's got a long way to get there.
Hopefully this does go to the full 5 games.
I would love that.
I got my fingers crossed for that. So
we've had this
very
been too short. 2-3 years.
Well, you know what's funny is the last best of 5 wasn't actually short. It just didn't have as many games. I mean, it took a long time to finish.
Yeah, they were drawn out games, but
certainly were.
They were still pretty definitive, I think. Still pretty one-sided by the end of it.
Sure. No, I like to see a little bit more back and forth here with these two guys. Who takes it, Mooney?
I'm going to say Flash 3-1.
3-1?
That's how I'm predicting
Yeah,
this.
I think I'll go with that too, actually. Flash 3-1.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to happen that way. Looking forward to see what Flash has planned for this style. I wonder if he's going to be playing this sort of Mario-esque bio mines, dropping non-stop style. I kind of feel like that isn't really Flash's kind of...
It would seem like he would be good at that, though, right?
He should be good at that, but I don't know. He's never been the one to be like hardcore multitasking. He's more like this hardcore mechanical machine.
Yeah.
But you can't really play that way in TVP right now.
Well, also, it doesn't matter as much in StarCraft II. That mattered in Brood War, where you can navigate the entire game perfectly.
Yeah, that is it. That is exactly it.
And we have our 2 players in the booth now. We're moments away from starting this. Super, I'd say, not the fan favorite, probably the underdog. You can still take this.
Definitely still take this.
The first map will be King Sejong Station, the quintessential StarCraft II map. What better map to start out on for a best of 5 with these 2 players, Super and Flash, as they fight for one of the final places left here in the GSL Code S. I closed that out way too soon. We're not even close to starting this.
Oh, really?
Should I try again? 2 players, 1 spot. A best of 5 is what will decide who will move on to the
tasteless.
I'm normally pretty good at rattling that
Code
stuff
A.
off. Code letter A. You can laugh into the mic, Moonglade.
No, I was actually laughing inwards. I'm sorry, Tasteless.
Yeah, you gotta.
Super.
I'm sorry.
We're not in the library, man.
I'm sorry, Tasteless.
Oh, you gave me an affectionate touch, and
Super.
I think I'm hot for you now. So, we're gonna go to our next player now. In the upper left, in the blue, he is
KT Roaster Flash.
People call him God.
People call him Godman King.
I've never heard that one, but
it's because I just said it.
oh.
Medium or Riot.
Oh, I agree, buddy.
See, if you guys come down here in real life, you can see in
Full HD.
yeah, RD, real. Real
RD.
definition real. And guys, you can always come down to the studio. You're always welcome here. This is your home.
This is your home. This is the Nerd
Unless
Cave.
you try to sleep here, then we kick you out. But
That'd be
you're welcome
weird.
here for the times that the studio's open.
Yeah, it's open for a few hours, every night. It's free. You get a headset.
Yeah, you can hear a cast, or if you don't like us, you can not wear a headset. Like we
Throw
get a
stuff-
shot of you on camera, and I'm like, oh, he doesn't like us.
Yeah.
Or what you could do is, here's what you could do. If you don't like our casting, you could come down here, put in a headset, but don't have it plugged into anything. And that way, nobody's feelings are hurt. Camera
like
goes
that.
on, you just wave, and I'm like, hey, well, I'll do my shtick. I'm like, welcome to the studio. It's great to have you down here. Guys at home, you can always come down here. No one will know. Nobody's feelings have to be hurt.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better than what we do at Per League, where we look at the audience and all the foreigners there have nothing. And we're like, well, I guess you guys just don't like us.
And then when you see them when they have headsets on, they're actually listening to Tastes and Our Toast. Another cast is what you get, man.
They bring like a GSL.
Yeah, they bring a GSL VOD. They're like, I can't listen to those guys. It's so bad. I got to listen to Tastes and Our Toast.
That must be it. Oh, well.
Well, we have a quick command center here.
We do indeed.
And it's going to be Nexus here. Fast Nexus.
What a surprise that Flash is going for a CC first, Tasteless. Who would have thought that would happen?
He likes the macro game. He does like the macro game.
He likes the macro game. He likes to be greedy. And, someone like Parting has a field day with this kind of style. He is just so aggressive that we would probably see, chrono boosted units across the map already, trying to kill Flash. That's exactly what Parting does against these kind of players.
Yeah, let's see what Super has in store for us here. There's still a lot of different timing attacks you can do with Protoss against Terran on this map when Terran does a build such as this one. Generally,
You'll see 3 barracks for the Marines to kind of counteract anything that could possibly come his way in the early game. Blinkstalkers and the like. Gets pretty shut down from that many production buildings, but Flash is pretty greedy. He's known for his greed. Maybe staying on 2. Risking it just a little bit. Being a bit of a risky biscuit.
Risky biscuit, I like that.
You like that one?
So, my Moon and Stars. Game of Thrones is coming out.
Oh, 2 days, right?
Oh, is it 2 days?
Yeah, I think it's 2 days.
Oh,
Tasteless.
I'm so happy right now.
We need to have a viewing party or something, man.
I don't want to go see any of you guys on this. I'm going to watch this all alone in the dark.
I'm going to knock on your door, Tasteless.
If you do, I'm going to have guard dogs out there. You're going to check and be like, run, 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 run. And they'll be like, dogs, quiet. I'm watching Game of Thrones. I should have got a quieter animal to guard my house while I watch this. No, man, I've been invited to some viewing parties, but I need to just sit there and if my cat meows once, she's getting punched in the face because I cannot have any interruptions for Game of Thrones.
Well, I hope you've getting that cat spaded before then, brother, because they're
I gotta get that cat spayed, man. It's meow, meow. Yeah, we played CS:GO together and you're on Skype. I'm like, Moonglade's everybody's dead. Moonglade's trying to go defuse the bomb, and my cat's background meow, meow.
I never knew cats could make that much noise.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. We gotta get that. Here's what I'm going to do, man. I'm getting my cat spayed. I'm turning my cat into a eunuch. Okay?
For the Game of Thrones
King
team.
Tasteless has a eunuch in his house. It's his cat.
That's a good one.
Now,
Snuffles is a good cat, man.
her name's Fuzzum. Snuffles.
When I looked after it was
She
Snuffles.
kept sneezing, right?
Yeah. Might as well be called Snuffles.
Not a bad name either. Now, this game is still a little bit slow on the uptake here. We got Blake coming here, Robotics Bay. and stim and combat shields here. So nobody's going to move out until those upgrades are done.
Yeah, absolutely.
I cannot wait for the season of Game of Thrones. It's almost as good as GSL.
Almost, tasteless.
Almost good. Well, let me tell you something. More people die in GSL than Game of Thrones. That's saying a lot, man.
That says way too much.
We start out with 32 players, and they go pretty quickly.
They do indeed. It's a lot of dead players, man.
It is.
A lot of
Have you met these people that have not seen Game of Thrones yet?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? I'm like, really? You haven't just watched like the first 2 episodes and you won't stop watching?
I feel like there's someone we know that did that. And I don't know, I thought it was the weirdest thing. I'm like, how could you not watch the best TV show?
Like, I am not into fantasy. I'm like, you wouldn't have to be into fantasy.
No, you would just love it for what it is.
You would just love it for what it is.
People like that. I don't get them, tasteless.
I don't get them. They're not friends of mine. That's for sure.
Yeah, no way. Well, we are going to see that bio push across the map. Stim should be ready soon. And Blinkstalkers should be enough to kind of get this, whittle this down.
He engaged just a little bit too quick here. I think Flash did.
Yeah, I agree. Photon Overcharge's going to keep it back. Stim's going to be nothing now.
And he didn't lose any stalkers, right?
I think he lost one.
One stalker, but nothing compared to the amount of Marines that were killed there.
And now what does Flash do? I guess he just turns around.
I guess that's all he can do.
Yeah.
Too bad he didn't scan that observer that was over him either. And Moonglade, when I look at you, I do feel like I could see you being sent to the wall. You got the look of like one of these guys on the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you're saying. No, I can appreciate that. You know,
especially when you're not working, you got your leather jacket on. Like, that guy for sure is going to the wall. I don't know what he did, man.
What about that fur jacket,
Stole a
man?
loaf of,
the fur jacket, I already feel like I'm on the wall.
You look like you're on the wall, man.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. They look badass, man. They live the hardest life out of anyone.
They do, man.
Except maybe the slaves, like, on the other side of the world.
I'm trying to figure out what I would be in Game of Thrones. I'm probably a mix between, you know, the body of Khal Drogo and the intellect of Tyrion. And the manhood of Podrick and, you know.
I didn't know you'd say this.
And Khaleesi's dragon. You know, that's the way I am.
That's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, I think I got it.
I think you're like one of the sailors that died in the harbor to, you know, the fire. What is that fire called again?
Dragon's breath.
Dragon's breath. There we go. You're that guy's son that fell overboard.
I'm that guy. I'm the Onion Knight.
Oh, you're the Onion Knight's son. The oldest son.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
All right, we need to talk about this in a second, but first we got to talk about this Flash game. I'm like, okay, he's backed up now. No, I would say I'm like the Onion Knight, missing his fingers, but still really good at StarCraft. I can play StarCraft really well without even having my fingers.
You're the rat that Tickler used to torture people.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'm the rat. I'm not even the Tickler. I'm the rat. I'm like, let me out of here. Yeah. I'm going to chew through Moonglade's heart to get out of here. I'll do whatever it takes. Oh, man. Well, we have the Viking tech here. You know, we were talking earlier, will Flash go for the Viking tech, or would it be more like Maru? Well, he's going for the more traditional TVP.
See, this is exactly what I was talking about. Flash is not the kind of player like Maru is or Dream. Like he's much more, I guess, mechanical based. He's just simply going to go for a hard macro style and just try and counteract the army he sees with his composition. And it's just going to be like that, man. He's got a 20 supply advantage at this point, and he is up a base, so he is doing very well right now.
Yeah, he looks pretty good. And this is sort of, he's pulled the boys.
Pulling the boys.
Whoa.
Super.
Not so wise.
You do not need to do that right now. Not when this army is barreling down on you. So many Vikings still alive. You need every stalker you have, mate.
I don't know about this.
I don't know either, Taste. This is going to be hard.
I mean, there's a lot of Colossi here, but you know what? It might not really matter. And notice he's being very cautious here. Doesn't want to overextend. Now, these SCVs are not mining while they're here, so he's going to have to do something pretty quickly. He may be waiting for another Viking wave here.
It could be that, yeah, just waiting for that right position. But, you know, the longer this takes, the worse it's going to be, because he did cut his economy quite hard to get these boys down there. And he's in pretty good position for these Vikings. simply not enough Stalkers.
Oh my God, the Vikings are wreaking havoc here on these Colossi. The Colossi just a bit too far back. In fact, one not even getting up here to do the damage. Flash is crushing Super, and that will be game number 1.
Very one-sided
He's
by the
flashed a new Terran Banjo. Flash, like instead of doing like Flash, it's a best of 5. You have not won yet.
So stop trolling? What? He has no idea what's going on. Super gonna have to rethink things. He's gonna have to realize how greedy Flash actually is and what he can actually do to someone like this, I think. He has to take advantage of it in some way.
Flash with capital S. Flash was such a big deal. For those of you guys that are young nerds, you know, that don't know, you're like, what's all the Flash about? This guy was so perfect. Oh, welcome down here. You guys are loving Korea. That's great. Now all you guys have to do, you've done the StarCraft. Now you guys got to go get wasted on soju and Gangnam, and you've had the full experience.
Absolutely. Maybe go a bit lighter, good Makgeolli, you know?
Makgeolli's good. Actually, this is good. Those guys listening, try some traditional Korean rice wine.
Yeah, maybe start with that, then go into soup.
It tastes good. The hangover is brutal.
It tastes delicious, though.
It does taste good.
It actually is
rice wine's actually quite good.
surprisingly delicious.
I read some statistics that said that rice wine in Korea is the fastest growing drinking popularity now.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of young people are drinking the rice wine. A lot of those young kids in their video games, they're
Yeah, man.
drinking rice wine.
All the hipsters.
That's what Tace is doing. Tace is with his rice wine. I ride my fixed gear bike with my skinny jeans down, my rice wine.
You fold up your bike and
My handlebar mustache is so big I look like the guy in the Pringles can. You know what I'm saying? That's hipster Tace right there.
That is so hipster, man. You got like one of those like little top knots going on, you know, shaved sides and a little top knot.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
That's for sure, man. We're gonna go into game number 2 now, and I thought this was going to be a little bit closer, but that last game was so brutal. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is just a clean sweep 3-0.
Could be just a really early night tonight, Tasteless. I don't know.
It could be, man.
Flash looking good. Going to be on Overgrowth. Could pull the boys again. It's definitely a map for it.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe Super needs to be a little bit more aggressive this game. He needs to realize
Maybe do some kind of timing attack, something like that.
something 2 base, something 1 base. Whatever you want, Super, just do it, man. Get amongst it. Sponsored by GSL.
Yeah, it's a good spot. I'm sponsored by GSL. So are you.
Yeah, man.
At least for today.
Fantastic
Guys,
sponsor.
tell your friends to tune in here. It's Super against Flash. Game number 2 of our final best of 5. Here in the bottom left in the red, he is
Super.
Duper.
Wristband. Not looking happy.
Breathing out a little bit of kind of a sigh there. Got to get in the zone now. In the upper right,
KT Roaster Flash.
A lot of fans in the crowd for Flash.
cool bracelet.
What's that from? What is that kind of bracelet? Is that like a religious one?
I don't know. I have no idea. You put me on the spot here.
Buddhist beads, Tasteless?
Yes. I have no idea. I don't know.
I have no idea either.
Okay, so if we are families in Game of Thrones, I'm getting all wiggly now. I forgot Game of Thrones was coming out this week.
Yeah.
You're definitely a Stark.
Yeah. For sure.
I think I might be a Stark too, though.
You reckon? I think you're,
I'm not a Lannister.
You're not a Lannister.
I could be Baratheon, though.
You reckon?
Maybe.
Maybe. You could be like one of those brothers. I'm trying to think of that other.
Who else is there?
Oh, what's the, I forget all the family names.
Targaryen?
No, not a Targaryen.
Frey? Greyjoy?
You could be afraid.
You're Theon Greyjoy. That's who you are, Moonglade, for sure.
What? No, that's Wolf, man.
Wolf's Theon Greyjoy?
He's definitely Theon Greyjoy.
That's so funny. We have the Gateway now finishing here. I love making these Game of Thrones. I could just like make these dumb Game of Thrones references just all day.
Well, who is Brendan?
Brendan?
Who would that be?
Let me think. Hold on. I'm normally pretty good at this.
Oh, I know who he is.
Brendan is one of Walter Frey's sons.
That's so mean.
No, I'm sorry. I'm too mean.
I reckon he'd be the squire that served Tyrion.
Podrick.
Podrick.
I am so good at this. Oh, eBay grab with the expansion.
Oh.
Nice.
Wow. Flash, you cheeky bugger. Going for a reactor early. Just gonna be
actually, you know, Flash off to a pretty good start. He's in complete control of this game now.
Yeah, going to reactor expand. I like this. Going to get a lot of Marines out early. Put down a bunker, be completely safe against any sort of counterattack.
And this game could actually look a lot like our previous game.
Yeah, good. There's a Reaper. It's going to actually really help out against this. If he actually can deflect the Zealot before he deals with this engineering bay, it'd be huge.
It's getting low. All right, he manages to get rid of that EB. That's actually very important. Protoss is getting more and more and more behind every second that Nexus is not warping in. So,
yeah, the CC's already half done at this point.
Yeah.
2 more racks on the way.
It's going to be faster mules, more SCVs, later chronos for Protoss.
Super's just pretty much going to stabilize from here. I wonder if he's going to do similar to the same with last game, you know, going into Blink, then later Robo, just play that super safe style that you'd probably expect from the likes of Rain or Hero, like, and play like to the mid game. We are seeing that Twilight again, so it could be Blinks.
This has been a really popular build PvT
yeah.
The past few weeks here. We've seen a lot of this.
Yeah, it's
like you're teching, but you're still pretty safe.
It gives you kind of like the tools you need to deflect any sort of drop coming away, so long as your stalks are in place.
Also, when you're in mid game, your army is always a little bit stronger. Just having Blank makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider that so many Terrans just depend on winning with drops. I mean, if you just catch a drop or two, you're probably going to win.
The only thing is, like, it's Flash, and Flash just doesn't seem to want to drop that often, right? Like, he's much prefers to just come up the front with a big bio army while he expands, makes Vikings, and goes for pull the boys eventually.
You know, it's interesting because that's similar to how Flash played Brood War.
Oh yeah.
He did not win with drops. That was a Slayers Boxers type play. Flash just had more stuff. He just played perfectly, defended everything, kind of moved out with his death ball.
Yeah. I did see Flash a bit, you know, when I kind of caught the tail end of the Brood War scene. But I did go back and watch a bunch of VODs of Flash and kind of got an experience of why and how he's so good. He just has so many units, and you just don't know why. Like, how do you even make that many units in this amount of time? He deals with mass carriers with just pure, perfect micro mass Goliaths, and like, nice. I guess that happened.
It is interesting to see, you know, which Brood War players managed to switch over, and the majority of the top Brood War players just didn't manage to switch over. I mean, granted, they're different age. They also have coaching opportunities, casting opportunities. That's why you don't see Tasteless in the GSL Code S finals.
Yeah.
You know,
oh, obviously.
I'm not me kissing the trophy. I thought, no, it's someone else's turn. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I had to do. I did the right thing, I think.
You did the right thing. You got to give these other guys a chance.
I got to give them a chance, you know?
It is interesting, though, just to see. You know, it is such a different game, and I guess it's not as mechanically demanding as they're used to in Brood War, so...
Yeah, I mean, Brood War really was a very different game. There was a lot more with the interface that you were having to fight through.
The flawed interface.
Yeah.
That you had to do battle
with. But it was like a flawed interface, but then if you got really good at it, the game was it was like people were doing basic things that were very impressive, you know? You see in a game that looks so fluid in an interface like that, I mean, it's really something incredible.
Yeah, it really just all worked out perfectly. Like, the flaws made it a better game rather than a worse game.
I agree. Plus, it was shockingly balanced.
Surprisingly.
Like with very little tweaking, it was shockingly balanced. As long as you had a good map, I mean, you really would see win rates that were very even.
So long as it wasn't an island map.
Yeah, and I played at tournaments back when there were island maps, man.
Oh, man. I remember some Dire Straits. I remember that map.
That map was... Look, I have happy memories of it, but not for tournaments.
No,
I played Protoss though. That map I was fine on that map. But
right. I played Zerg, so I hated
played that map, Hall of Valhalla in Brood War.
Yeah.
That was a cool map, but it was not fair.
No,
it was not fair at all. Not fair for Zerg, especially.
Not one bit. Well, here we go again. Bio going to be moving up the map. Blinkstalkers intercept, trade.
He's going to have to be careful because concussive shells are about to finish.
He's going to have to try and hold him to the stir this time. He cannot afford to let it go like last time. Otherwise, he's going to be dealing with another pull the boy situation.
Oh my god, if he gets that medevac,
that'd be huge.
That was so close.
Ooh,
that
really?
was so close. Got to be careful here. Those Stalkers are pretty bruised. Colossus comes out just in time to keep the second alive, but isn't enough time.
I don't think it's enough, Tasteless. He can actually jump on this Colossus. He needs more buffering.
I think he's saying better safe than sorry. Going to go for this Nexus.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a forced cancel here. Very annoying moment right now. Nice by Flash.
You cannot let that happen, man. You cannot afford to let that almost finished Nexus go. Such a dire situation, and already we're seeing Flash go to 2 starports, and we're seeing the exact same thing we saw last game.
Well, I think this game is sort of, ending up just like the previous game. Protoss is just always behind on expansions. Flash is definitely winning by his own terms if these games keep going the way they are going.
Yeah, he's simply just winning by macroing, finding his window to cancel the third base, and then he's just got such a clear lead in economy and army supply that he just bulldozes. It's ridiculous. But it was up to Super to jump on that sort of understanding of what happened in Game 1 and try and fix his problems. Fix what happened.
The problem with Stalker Colossus is that there's nothing that can actually really soak up damage. It's mobile and can pick off a lot of weak units early, but if the guy's good with his army and control, what do you actually want to have hit here? Stalkers die so fast to Marine Marauder.
Yeah, that is true. You really need to transition into Zealots pretty quickly. Charge Outs usually the sort of the key unit you want to have.
Yeah, that's the armor, really, of that army.
Yeah.
They're not there to do the damage so much as they are there to sponge up the shots fired.
But when they get pretty healthy, when they get 3/3 upgrades, they do a lot of work. They can actually do critical amounts of damage, and they're so good at tying up the bio and especially the Marauders. Slows down everything. Flash already posturing up for that big attack. And I think we just see the boys pulled.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Look at all those boys.
The boys.
This is, if you guys are wondering where that term came from, I believe it was Morrow that said it first. He said it yup, then they just pull the boys, and Artos is bad. It's so funny. It's such an absurd way to describe it.
Well,
so what are we doing here? Are we going to mine some minerals over here?
No, I'm actually...
Do we need to win that badly? Can't we just win normally?
Buffering the laser of the Colossi.
Yeah. Listen, you guys die so the people with guns can win this. All right, SCVs, let's do this. Oh my god, and you can see that nice, it just takes down that Colossus. I thought he was actually going to kite backwards, but he just went forward and back.
There's just way too much here again, Tasteless. And every Colossus is going to go down before the Vikings can go down. Too much bio left over.
Looks like he barely gets all the Vikings, but it's already too late.
Yep, Marauders will finish that job. Ooh, hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Hold up.
Wait a second.
Hold the phone.
Wait a second.
Wait a minute. Wait a min.
Wait a minute.
He didn't get that by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Well,
I can't believe
he's pulling boys again.
He's got more boys.
He's pulling the leftover boys.
Yeah, these are the delinquent boys that didn't come the first time when roll call was
They're the naughty boys.
Coming in here now, he's got enough Stalkers and maybe enough force fields with the Zots. He might just be able to push this back.
He might be able to, Tasteless. It's getting pretty close.
Where are the medevacs?
They're gone.
They're just not here?
They're dead.
Are they actually over there to the left? I don't understand what's going on.
This is a very...
Where are the rest of his medevacs? Were they all killed?
Yeah, I
that
think
can't
they were.
Be right. Were they?
I think they were.
Okay, I guess I missed it. Wow.
I think Super just wins from here. He pretty much destroyed the economy of Flash when Flash sent it over the map. As long as he doesn't take bad fights against small amounts of fire, like
he almost did there.
Yeah, like he should be okay. Flash is in like a desperate situation right now.
Damn. Well, how often do we cast a game where it goes on after this?
Very rarely.
Very, very rarely. You know why, guys? Because normally when they pull the SCVs, the game is done.
One way or another.
This game might be done in that other way. Because Protoss still has, 57 probes to the 29 now SCVs. He might just pull the boys one more time and come in here. He does have enough Vikings, so he's getting them out at 4 at a time with the reactor star ports. Maybe he gets them out fast enough he just runs over this guy.
Yeah,
we'll
quite
see.
possibly. They're pretty even on army supply, actually, amongst all that. They're staying very close to each other. It's just the work count that's so different. Essentially, Super has twice the amount, maybe even more after these Zealots get done. Ooh, really nice putting him out of position for this.
Okay, it's 117 support. Yep. Oh, wait, what? I thought he was pulling the boys for a second, but no, there's some zealot harass over here. Really can't afford to lose any more SCVs, you know.
Now charge lots being upgraded. More Colossi being added. I wonder how many Vikings we got now. Okay, it looks like 5 or 6.
I think it might even be more than that. See, no, okay, yeah, 6 a second ago. You were right. Now 7. Thing is, though, how many Stalkers does Super actually have? That's the big important question here. This attack, guys, might still win here for Flash. I don't think there's enough Stalkers to combat the number of Vikings. If the Vikings kill off the Colossi, everything should fall apart.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of Stalkers. He's warping in a couple more. If Flash can attack before charge is finished, that'd be pretty much the money timing right there.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, though.
He doesn't know where the army is, for starters.
Yeah, he's having to use all of his energy on the command center to drop mules. So he can't really use many scans. He scans now, sees the location of this army.
Same position again.
Okay, here we go. Now he has to kite with that bio army down there.
Whoa.
Oh, wow, whoa.
GG.
I would have waited a little bit longer.
He just gives it up. I guess until the charge, he's like, well, I can't win. I can't beat that. And Super ties things up.
Finally, a 1-1.
Finally, we go into game 4 of Tasis.
Cool. Well, I have to say, I thought that initial attack there from Flash, when he did pull the boys the first time, was going to win. He might have wanted to just target down the Nexus at least.
At least, right? Like,
right?
I think that probably would have been a better choice. Because it was always there, like, absorbing at least a chunk of the damage with Photon Overcharge, also doing a bunch of damage.
Yeah, having that little bottleneck there and having the Nexus soak up some of the damage when you're fighting can sometimes win you the game. If the Nexus doesn't die, there's a lot even. It's just, I mean, the Nexus is like, it's treated like an attack unit in the AI. It's just whatever's closer. They'll fire at the Nexus, and sometimes that's enough to win you a game.
Yeah, it would have just given Flash such a better concave as well to deal with that army, instead of like having like to fight in the weird choke. Well, unfortunate for Flash.
We are going to be going now into game number 3 on the map Merry-Go-Round.
Nice. This would be a good Terran map. Much better in the likes of Maru and whatnot, who do love to do all the drop, highly aggressive style. Flash, on the other hand, you know, I'm sure we're going to see nearly the exact same thing. Flash
Probably, yeah.
He's much less likely to change up his style than anyone else. Like, he'd rather go for that hardcore mechanical style that, you know, is pretty solid and well-rounded, and not take any risks.
What does Super have in store for us here? Super's really been the person who's had to answer to every one of Flash's plays. Super's not been able to get the initiative going into this series. Flash always moving first, Super having to respond. And so far it seems that Super is getting better and better at adapting to Flash's strategy. Let's go to game number 3 and find out what happens. In the upper left, in the red, he is
Super.
No team, but a shameless GSL promo right there. Super is teamless here. In the upper right, in the blue, we have
KT Roaster Flash.
Flash fighting.
good luck, Flash. It's Flash support down here.
Yeah. All right, merry-go-round, tasteless.
My moon and stars.
My tasty taste. McTaste.
Sure, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
I think you need to call me
The Tastinator.
King Tasteless Plot, I think is
King Tasteless Blood.
my last name in there.
Okay, you call me Mooney Moon Pender.
No, you're Mooney McGlazed Donuts, man.
Mooney McGlazed Donuts. Call me Moon Sparkles if you want. On a night like this, tasteless.
I just call you Mooney or Moon Moon normally. I actually call him Mooney in real life just all the time.
Yeah, I actually don't have a name for you guys.
Your name is definitely not Andrew, it's Mooney. What's going on? Oh, never mind. It's going to be a command center play. I thought he was I thought for a second he was going to make a barracks in the middle of the map. I got excited for that.
Wouldn't that be
I was like, wouldn't that be weird to do on this map?
That's
but,
completely uncharacteristic from Flash as well. Like,
yeah.
You'd never pick that for a million years.
No kidding.
He's going to go for an early scout there. It's something a little different. Right. Okay.
Hope you guys are enjoying our second cast ever together.
I'm enjoying it, that's for sure.
I'm loving this. This is a lot of fun, casting with you, Moonglade. I'm sure you got all your fans in Australia watching.
My buddies back home.
Yep, your mates, as you would call.
Mates in the Sheilas.
Yeah, man. Oh, eBay here.
Again.
We actually have a good amount of Australian viewership here for this show.
Yeah, it's
good
perfect time for Australia, man. It's dinner time down there. Like, everyone's just having dinner, watching it on the TV. That's what I'd be doing.
Kangaroo burgers. By the way, I ate kangaroo meat.
It's
actually really good.
Really good for you, too.
Yeah.
Very lean meat.
Did you know, I've read that if we were to replace all the cows in America with kangaroos, we would reduce so much methane gas.
Oh, really?
Coming out, it would actually be so good for the environment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Moonglade, for you and your kangaroos. What is your favorite Australian animal?
Favorite Australian animal?
Don't say drop bear.
Why not? Favorite Australian animal? I haven't thought about that one for a while. I do like our spiders. Not really an animal, kind of wildlife.
Okay, I'll give you that one, yeah.
I do like our spiders.
Big-ass spiders.
Yeah.
I did some work back in Sydney. I actually casted you winning down there in Sydney, but the day before, we got there early, and a lot of times we do these overseas esports events. Occasionally they have additional filming they want you to do. So they wanted to film Artosis and me at the Sydney Zoo. And so they got permission from the people that run the zoo, so Artosis and I get down there. And I'm under the impression they didn't quite make it clear what we did for a job. They just knew that there was a film crew with American hosts coming through there. And so they put me in the koala bear cage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I swear, these people thought that I must have been from Animal Planet or something. Like the way they were talking to me, and it got kind of weird, right? Because I'm there with the zookeeper, and I'm starting to have to fill this role that I don't know. I'm starting to ask questions on camera about the koala because I can see that they think this is a big deal. That I'm actually like I'm like a nerd that stays up all night playing computer games. I know nothing about animals, but I'm down there in this koala bear cage talking to this zookeeper lady.
But they must think it's pretty funny, and at first, like, well, this guy's really pasty for like an animal lover, right?
Yeah, right. Like, what is this guy mostly studies insects inside. This guy's an entomologist of some sort. But yeah, I got to sit at the Sydney Zoo. I got to sit with the koala bears. They are actually more dangerous than I was fully aware of.
Their claws are ruthless.
Yeah.
Man. If they like grab you, they'll tear your flesh.
I learned a lot about koala bears that day. I could tell you they eat eucalyptus leaves and sleep for 20 hours a day, pretty much.
Yep.
The eucalyptus leaves actually get them high or stoned or something like that.
Something like that.
So I mean, koala bears are kind of the pothead of the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
They're sitting around all day, going on trees and stuff. They're pretty big too, actually.
Yeah, they get pretty heavy.
Yeah. I always imagine them as like these kind of like little adorable stuffed animals. But no, man, they're kind of these like.
You try cuddle like a wild one, it'll like claw you.
Yeah, they're kind of like. And it just kind of looks like that fat, drunk animal. Like it's got a wife beater on that's dirty. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, it's exactly it.
Yeah, it's it was cool though.
And when you think about that, just think about drop bears as well. Like,
A lot of you guys don't know this, but there's animals in Australia called drop bears, and what they do is they drop down from trees and kill you.
Yeah. Well, they're similar to koalas.
Yeah.
So like they're from the same family essentially, but they aren't the stoners. They're the delinquents.
They're dangerous. They're quite dangerous.
They're the ones that will really.
It's actually a joke they play on all the foreigners in Australia. You know this, obviously, but our people at home. I heard about drop bears so much on Twitter, I actually thought they were real.
They are real cases.
And then I went down to Sydney, and I was on stage in front of people, and I'm talking like I never even heard of drop bears before, and everybody's like laughing, and I, honest to God, was serious. It wasn't until after the show someone's like, no, those are not real. I'm like, oh.
Who told you that?
I think the internet did. I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see what this is. I've ruined the drop bear joke for everybody else, though. Anyways, into this game.
More of the same taste.
Time is a flat circle, man. It's the same thing happening again here.
Flat circle indeed, yeah. Just the bio pushing against the Blink Stalkers. Ooh. Flash with a pretty healthy number now. Has been whittled down by these Blink Stalkers.
Oh, nice time warp, actually.
But he's still going to get up this ramp. Which is a
look at this.
thing.
He just muscles his way up here anyways. Going right for the forge. Oh, the pylon even better. No Colossus coming out for you, my friend.
Now that was an important pylon. I think that pylon has a name, but I forget what it is.
I believe it's called the In Control pylon.
That's right.
No Colossus. Look at this. Unpowering this. It's lights out, my friend.
Oh, one left. If he can get that last one, then he just simply has no power in this base. Instead, just going to go for the probes, and this is looking like a horrible game for Super.
Wow.
Wow.
I think we're going to see Flash and Code S.
At this rate, still got 2 games to win, but this one's looking fantastic.
Yeah, this one's looking over, man.
Yeah, well, he's just going to have the biggest window he's ever wanted for, you know, a pull the boys timing attack, right? Like, there's no way around it this time. And, like, I don't think he could even stop it if he wanted to, because Super just got so delayed, and his economy got so damaged by that.
You know, when everybody else does it, it's called pull the boys, but when Tasis does it, it's called pull the men.
Why is that, Tasis?
I don't know. I just made it up.
Pull the men?
Tasis is pulling the men.
Either way, it sounds wrong, Tasis. I don't know.
It's trying to. Well, I don't know. Pulling the boys also sounds better.
It actually sounds worse if it's pull the boys.
Yeah.
I guess we let that one go.
All right. Quick topic change. And Ninja vanish out of this topic. So another attack coming up here. And, wow, you know, just not enough meat here for the Protoss.
Not enough meat for this sandwich, Tasteless.
No kidding. That was so sick. Destroy completely surrounds his Colossus. Colossus goes down.
GG. WW. What does that mean?
That's Korean for GG, actually. I believe I need a key here, but I think it's the J. I need to actually have a Korean keyboard in front of me to know what the.
Well, like G is like H in Korean, like the H sound.
Yeah, but I think the W key is something equivalent to the J sound in Korean.
Really? Like
key.
the J. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The G, I think it's called. So.
Frustrating game.
Super looking a bit shaken here.
That was a bad one. That's a tilting to the loss.
No kidding, man.
Yuck. That'll bring you down.
I don't know what Super's mindset is. I really thought Super had a better chance, and these games could look a little bit closer, but I mean, Super is just bashing. I mean, getting bashed, excuse me.
He did have one good game. He did hold on one of those games. He can do it again, but none of he's going to just simply let it go like that. I couldn't believe it. This small bio attack actually just did so much damage.
Well, we're going to go to a short break. Hopefully Super can pull it back together because he is one loss away from being knocked out of the GSL Code. We'll be right back.